third day of the week. Um, for the first time ever, streaming technically my first campaign ever. Uh, the Convergence campaign, which I have all these lovely people here with me. Um, and really excited to actually start doing this. I've been wanting to do it forever, and I don't know what it was. I had a huge hang up about asking for permission to stream, because I was afraid to get a no, and so I just never did. But I did, and here we are, and it's great. This is my longest running game. I always get the number wrong. My wife usually corrects me. It's been going for like 3 years now, I think. Someone else here could tell me otherwise. Otherwise, we're on session 132. That tells you anything. So we're in pretty deep. Yeah, it's exciting. We're just going to get right into it. Can anybody tell me what happened last week?
I want to do a kick at it.
Kick away.
Because we started with having a quick little vote to make sure that we were going to where we wanted to. We decided we were going to the island to go do a quick little, air quotes, quick little fight, against a lovely mean village tribe. Terrible way to talk about basically a shell shock, but not shell shock. Oh my gosh. Am I really quiet?
I'm sorry, Kyle. Are you nervous in front of the camera?
I am. I'm sorry, even though I work in front of the camera.
Yeah. Aren't you an actor, Kyle?
You can do it, Kyle. I believe in you.
This is very funny to me, but continue.
Dane got us to the island on like a corner, was like, you have to walk that way. I'm not coming with you, but you have to walk that way. And then you walked away. We walked that way. We got through some woods. We didn't really run into anything until this lovely little thing with an egg and a whole bunch of feathers on it came scurrying out, looked behind itself, started to run away. I shot it because I like to shoot things. And then it dropped an egg and broke the egg, and we kept walking. And I then later realized I could have probably saved the egg and didn't think of it. Anyways, we kept going and eventually stumbled out into a clearing where 3 dinosaurs were like perusing on like a river. Heard a loud roar, saw something fly over the tree trunks and land on top of these 2 things, eviscerate them as one of the dinosaurs ran away. And then we were stood staring at this giant Leviathan-like thing. Not Leviathan's the wrong word, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Pretty good. Anybody got anything else?
You skipped a very important part of the fact that Sarah kissed Martel. That needs to be remembered.
that does.
Huge win for Martel.
Along with a couple of various shopping things, and I acquired the Ice Matron's missile launcher, which I'm so excited to use right now.
Mm-hmm. A huge, badass great bow.
Hasbro found somebody that he very much enjoys in the shopkeeper, thief, whatever you want to call him, that sold it to us. Yeah. And you got your crossbow.
Yeah, my little hand crossbow.
That's the only thing I can think of, like, really missing. Not necessarily plot-wise. No offense.
Okay.
Plot-wise.
Well, you said, yeah, if there's nothing else.
Nope, I don't have anything to add.
In which case, let me drag you to my very pretty map that I made today. And by today, I mean over the course of the week.
Oh my, this is much different from...
You guys are right there.
Yeah.
And if you scroll out, you can see the area in which I described to you before, which was you were slowly kind of climbing up this ravine, where you watch this long, saber-toothed, lizard-like feline just swoop out of the sky, land on top of these creatures, just as Kyle very eloquently said, eviscerating them. And then while you were trying to go unnoticed, it managed to hear somebody, just the very archetypal snap of a branch, and it head snapped down towards the river, seeing most of you. It has very eagerly set its eyes on you. As per your, what is now going to become a new thing, but a regular thing, is that this green box is your starting box. When combat begins, you're welcome to put yourself anywhere inside of it before the first turn is actually taken. So you may do that now.
Yeah, I don't know. Martel will be sticking close by Lithian, I suppose.
For the great bow, is it the same range as a longbow, or is it different?
It is the same range as a long. Okay. Once you've moved yourself into position, please roll initiative.
I did.
Off to a rip-roaring start, Martel.
Oh, I get a bonus.
Oh yeah, you guys are just killing it.
I mean, Hasvard did fine.
Yeah, but then don't forget, you have advantage on these rolls, Lithian.
I did not forget. Don't worry.
Good. You are a barbarian.
Yes, otherwise it would have been a 4.
Ooh, that would have been just the suck.
Yeah.
After Lithian.
That would have put all of you, like, really below 10. That would have been nuts, with the exception of Hasvard. And Hasvard, do you want to go before or after Lithian? I'll let you
Please.
choose.
Okay, after would be great.
All right.
And the reason why I'm having interim bops is that I'm adjusting sound quality for people through our beloved friend Mr. Chad, who is informing me to voices. Which Ben and Kara, you both sound good. Kyle, he said you sounded a little bit quiet, so I just turned up your Discord volume by about 40%. So hopefully that should work. All right. Without any further ado, it gets its turn first. It's going to go after the person it spotted, which is unfortunately Lithian. Which I guess at the end of the day actually isn't that unfortunate.
Large target, barbarian, good.
Yeah, you were also the only one that failed your stealth check that got past its perception. So it really just kind of noticed you. That's just how that is sometimes. All right. It is going to take 1-2 like bounding leaps, very quickly throw out its arms where these sinuous. Oh man, I had the word right on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. thin and fleshy. There's a word that really well describes them. It's fine. It'll unfurl the wings attached to its arms and its sides and glide down at you at immense speed. We'll make it to you on its turn. And it's just going to go to town on you with a bite and 2 claw attacks. I think the 24 is going to hit, but I don't think the 16 will.
Yeah, the 24 does, 16 does not.
And the 17?
Nope.
Okay.
My armor class 19.
Okay, because that's the thing I'm forgetting to do. I need to go pull up my cheat sheet, so I don't have to weirdly put question marks at the end of all those things.
I learned last week I was calculating my armor class wrong, so
Oh!
yeah, now it's right.
Oh, great! So your AC is higher now.
Yeah.
Oh, I love to hear it. Just what I need, my barbarian to be more difficult to kill.
Yes, you're welcome.
So double check. Lithian. Okay, your AC is 1 higher. Very nice. Okay. In which case, only 1 attack hits, which will be the claw attack. 2d. Ooh. For 16 points of slashing damage.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
I don't have the temporary hit point. No, we're beyond that.
Yeah.
I have to go back.
That's no longer. That hasn't been a thing in forever. But that's it. That's all it's got.
All right. Well, now I get to hit it with my fucking axe because it moved to me. So rude.
No bow this time.
No bow this
How
time.
dare you deny me that chance?
First of all, of course, I would like to rage.
That's a swell choice. I agree with it.
Yes, I always forget to say that. But I remembered this time. All right. First attack is a 24 to hit.
24 does it.
Cool. 18 points of damage on the first hit. And second, 21 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Another 16 points of damage.
Those are pretty good round numbers. The axe carves into its hide. It originally charged you with this absolute confidence of a bigger, badder predator. And it's realizing that you have teeth too.
Indeed. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Mr. Hasvard.
Well, considering I'm pretty far away, I'm gonna try out my hand crossbow because I can.
Well, because why not? Go for it.
Yep. And I was being a stealthy boy, so I have advantage, right?
You were a stealthy boy, yeah. And it did not detect you the last session, so that means you are hidden. So you will have advantage on the attack. And if you successfully hit, you will be granted sneak attack.
I didn't. I definitely rolled a 14.
With advantage?
Yep, 14 is my max with advantage. I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Oh, my poor boy, I'm so sorry.
Good start.
No, that doesn't hit.
No, I know it doesn't. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide because nothing happened. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Make sure you roll me your new stealth, please. Is it a 23?
Try to get better than a 14.
It's a 20.
25.
Yeah, lowest it can be is a 25.
Okay. Well, it's Hasvard. Next up is Martel.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta find the right one. There we go. Martel will do somewhat predictably this and start dancing with Lithian, and give her an extra action next round. And we'll move there. Sorry, and then we'll, I guess, throw a chakram at this thing.
Go for it.
Does an 18 hit?
It does.
All right. Here we go. Big damage. 6.
Nice. That's a biggin.
More than
Big
me.
numbers for
I'll
Martel.
scare this thing off yet. That's the end of Martel's turn, I think.
Okay. All right. At the end of your turn, Martel, it's going to do a thing that I've very rarely done with monsters in my game. It's going to use a legendary action. And because it really didn't like what Lithian did to it, it is going to plant its feet, and you're going to see a bunch of barbs along its long neck, back, and tail sort of spring up. And you're going to begin seeing wisps of steam and mist trailing from it. And it is going to get very low to the ground and rush forward at a sprint. And it is going to pass through these spaces, ending up over here. And I need Martel, Lithian, and Tajira to all roll dexterity saves. As it literally rushes past at lightning speeds with these frost-tipped spikes, attempting to slice into you.
I hope that saves. I got 19.
The 19 is a success.
Surprisingly not great at 16 for Martel.
That is a failure. Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like that should have been the other way around.
right?
16?
Failure.
Damn, alright.
All right, well, let me roll some damage. Tajira, you will take half. I rolled very poorly. 4, 6, 10, plus 6. So, Tajira, you will take 8 slashing damage. Martel and Lithian, you will take 16. Lithian's reduced to 8 because you are raging. And more importantly, Martel and Lithian, you are both knocked prone.
Okay.
And Ben, can you remind me, because I'm not sure if this was a different variant or not, are any of your dance steps affected by having your being knocked prone or movement speed reductions? Was it like
not
only being restrained?
Yeah, it's just being restrained, because... Oh, I guess I wouldn't have my missed out. No, then being knocked prone, I think, does end the dance step. I don't have missed out, so I don't think that... Yeah. Prone would end the dance step.
Okay. I'm like, I need you to be my rule compendium for now.
It's fine.
It's not easy to pull up. Okay. Because that's important for me to know whether or not the barbarian's going to be attacking 2 times or 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay. That's at the end of Martel's turn. Now it is Tajira's turn. And this large reptilian saber-tooth tiger-like creature has just ended itself nearby.
Yes. She's gonna watches the creature run past it and then decides, I don't really want to be right here at the moment. 10, 15, 20, going to go right there, 25. And she's going to turn and start to cast a spell, and suddenly antenna burst out of her head, like right behind her ears. And she looks pretty disturbed about this, but she casts Hold Monster.
Ooh. What is the DC?
DC's 18.
Okay, that's pretty good. Come hither, shark bite. It succeeds. It rolled a 21. Well, a total of a 20.
Shame.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's kind of growling in the back of her throat, but that'll be her turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Tajira, it will use its last legendary action to make a tail swipe attack against you.
Wait, what?
Oh, you moved away. Never mind. Sorry, I have its stat block over the battle map, and I missed that you stepped away very far. Disregard my statement.
No, she definitely ran out like, whoa, how long is that tail?
Yeah, it will do another thing, which is it's got the legendary action, so it might as well. It's going to spend a legendary action and attempt to detect any threats in the area. Hazard. It doesn't.
Phew.
That's very sorry.
Like, I'm bite size. Like.
All right. It is. It sees all of you have grouped up into a nearby area. And it is going to, with an immense amount of strength, sort of unfurl its front legs where the membrane, that's the word I was looking for earlier, attaching to itself that it acts as wings. It begins running and then just sort of leaps and claps its arms together and creates this frost-like vortex that fills a 15-foot cube. For the sake of ease, it's going to be striking Martel, Lithian, and Tajira. I need all three of you. Sounds familiar. To make a dexterity saving throw.
Do you have disadvantage?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't remember.
I don't think prone does anything like
prone
that.
does that.
Yeah, I always get that one. Cool, and I still have advantage.
Negative. There are no disadvantages here.
Ooh, much better that time. 19.
Success.
Yeah, also much better. 29.
Oh, only just. Gotcha.
Oh, did I fail with the 15?
You did.
Yeah, I thought so.
So we're flipping the script this time, which is Tajira fails and Martel and Lithian succeed. So let me roll a bunch of d8s. I'll start with the d6s because those are quicker.
Start.
So Tajira, you take 7 points of cold damage. Martel and Lithian, you take 3. And then a bunch of bludgeoning damage is coming up behind that. 10. Oh, I rolled very poorly again. 13. I kind of averaged out. 21 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Tajira. And then 10 to Martel and 5 to Lithian.
I don't know why I never played a barbarian sooner. I love this damage thing.
Yeah, it's gonna wail on you, and you're just gonna take no damage. And then it is going to take that moment where it's kind of drifting very slowly back down. Again, with these membranes extended, it's kind of just using air to gently lower itself. It's going to take the opportunity to shift its weight, pull the membranes back, and fall. And it is going to jump and leap into this tree and obscure itself some. Lithian.
Did we lose Lithium?
No, I'm counting, sorry.
Oh, okay. So,
Contrary to popular belief, D&D is like 85% math.
It's true. Making sure that I'm not in a bad range for the bow because it very well could be. Yes, I don't know how to do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn, the toolbar on the left side, there's a circle with what looks like a rectangle cutting through it. It's a ruler. And if you just click it, and then if you click it on one square and drag it to any other square, it'll give you a distance.
Oh my god. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, Roll20 doesn't really teach you these things. You just kind of got to learn.
Yeah, and I haven't, and I just let you guys do it.
It's fine. I tend to do it all the time anyway.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out the great bow, excuse me, for misspeaking here. And because I want to have fun with this thing, I'm going to fire a javelin.
Oh.
Because reasons. I'm guessing disadvantage, or...
No. You're within your short range, and it's not near you.
Alright, he just gets them higher AC, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's got some cover. And I just have to go double check the bow item again to make sure.
Doesn't matter, I rolled a nat 20. Doesn't matter. I rolled a nat 20.
Well then.
Thank you, Wanda Dice.
Can never remember. Does brutal critical apply no matter what weapon you're using?
I was going to immediately go, but you know what? I actually don't know.
Really good.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, most barbarians I end up ever playing, whenever they get to any point of significance, is they're always just swinging a melee weapon.
Fair.
You can roll one additional weapon damage die when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with a melee attack.
Melee attack.
Yep. Thank you.
Well,
I read past that and I was like, one extra weapon die. And then I'm like, melee attack. So it is with melee attacks only. How about that? We learned something today.
Whatever, I still get, like, normal
Yeah. I mean,
You still get critical.
Yeah, you shoot a D. Yeah, so you shoot it's a D12. So one, it's already at 12 points of damage. So roll another one.
That's another 11.
Oof. All right, 23.
Plus my... Go. Plus rage. $31 points of damage.
Woo! Just for shooting a big arrow.
Yeah, and that was only the first shot.
Yeah. And that javelin sails through the air with just like this obvious whistling, and you see it crash through several branches, and you just hear the yelp of the creature in the tree as you can hear it just land home. Fire a second one.
23 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Sweet.
Doesn't like you, Lithian.
It's fine, I like me.
That's all that matters, really.
Another 14 points of...
Alright. Solid.
Oh shoot, I forgot. It takes extra piercing damage strength equal to my strength modifier, because that's what it does with the javelin.
Uh-huh.
So, an extra 8 points of damage total.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were including that or not. I suppose I should have asked.
Nope. I remembered though.
Oh, you did?
Remembered.
You did? And on your turn to boot.
And yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm having some fun with this.
Okay. Let's see if your other companions can have any luck with any ranged attack. Hasvar.
You got this.
10. Actually, I need 5 feet left. I shoot him.
Is this the classic, if I get really, really close, I can't possibly miss him tactic?
Maybe.
All right. Shoot away.
I rolled a 19, but I have advantage, so I might as well roll again.
You should.
Okay.
Might as well.
The 19 definitely stays true.
Okay.
So 29. Obviously.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So sneak attack.
Yeah, he doesn't see you. And he's very clearly distracted by the woman shooting javelins at him. There comes the tide of
26 points of sneak attack damage, and then 1 point of damage from just crossbow.
Oh, okay. So 27. Basic
And
math is
then-
hard.
I use a bonus action to turn invisible and teleport into the shade of the tree. One sec. I'm just going to pull this useful. Teleport over there. And then I'm going to move 5 more feet. So I'm invisible and I'm here.
Okay. Hasvard goes straight predator.
My allies can see me, but he can't.
Oh, well, it doesn't like that. Not that it knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. Martel.
Cool. Martel will stand up,
Mm-hmm.
kind of brush off her dress and say, rude. And she's going to try again to give Lithian some extra attacks.
Okay.
That same thing.
Again, dance.
Disco dynamism.
Yep.
Dynamism.
Dynamism. Yeah.
She'll do that, and then what's the range on the chakrams? Oh, surprisingly far.
Hit him,
Yeah,
Martel.
I can hit him. I'm gonna throw a chakram at him again. Another 29 to hit. Hooray!
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that hits.
And a whopping 8 damage this time. We're getting
Ooh.
better.
It's,
Woo!
it's escalating.
1-2 punches all over the place. And then Martel's gonna move. Probably 5, 10. Here.
Okay. Dijira.
All right. So this thing's in a tree, if I remember correctly. Still,
It
right?
is. Yep. It has been peppered by projectiles, but it is still hanging on.
This touchscreen computer sucks. Sorry, just trying to make my character move, and it's not cooperating. Okay. There we go. These are 5-foot squares, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. This is frustrating. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So she's gonna go there. Okay, and she's gonna try a hold monster again.
Okay. Come hither, shark bite. Natural 19. So it's
Jeez.
it's bigger.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just. Oh, this is interesting. So the antennas on her head retract, and instead her eyes start to light up with this green fire. And as a bonus attack, bonus action, I can make a ranged spell attack equal radiant damage to half sorcerer. Okay, I'm just gonna roll my attack then.
Go for it.
For my ranged spells. I really wish this touchscreen worked better. I'll just do a roll.
Oh,
That doesn't matter.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yes, but yes, the oddities of which that is coming and going is sort of important.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like I said, the antenna that were on her head that made her kind of look really strange with both ears and antenna retract into her head, and instead her eyes start glowing green. And it looks like she tries to shoot beams from her eyes, but misses.
Bzzz. Several of the leaves and branches are now just kind of caught on fire.
And that's her turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, it's going to spend 2 legendary actions, because I forgot about these this entire round. And it's going to do another ice slide, where it prepares to charge Tajira And we're going to see how far it gets. Unironically, it is still going to trounce right through Asvard's space.
Yeah, no, I realized that was coming.
If only because Tajira gave it a target. So Hasvar, Tajira, and Lithian, I'm going to need deck saves from you. Martel, you were safe.
Yes.
It doesn't get anywhere near.
Again, I am a meat shield. Well, that's better this time.
17.
And Lithian?
Modified 20.
Okay, Lithian, you succeed. Hasvard and Tajira, you both fail.
Great.
Yep, saw that guy.
So you, Hasvard and Tajiri will take 19 points of slashing damage. Lithian, you will take funky math again. 5? 19 half. Oh, I mean 9. Yeah. 4. 4 points of piercing. 4 points of slashing damage. And Tajira and Hasvard, you were both knocked prone. But that's at the end of Tajira's turn. At the top of the round, it will take its full turn. Tajira's actually failed to do anything to it, so it's actually going to leave you alone. I think it really just doesn't like Lithian. I think it's going to attack Lithian a bunch.
Sorry, not sorry.
So we're gonna go with we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna go with a bite attack and a tail swipe.
The fun for you or fun for me?
Fun for me, potentially.
Fun for the whole family.
The bite attack is a modified 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bite attack, you're gonna take 9, 14. You're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage as it clamps down, just sort of raking its long saber-tooth-like teeth across you. And then it is going to attempt to spin and tail swipe you with this, a spiny, long lizard-like tail, which is a 17, is going to miss. You just literally just throw out the bow and plant your forearms against, and you catch the tail and just shove it off, just through sheer strength, deflecting the attack.
Sweet. Good.
It's going to stand its ground though, as much as it might regret that in a moment. Livian.
My Discord did that thing where it cuts out last turn. Did Martel give me 4 attacks or no?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes, you have a second. You have a second action.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna drop the bow again and pick up the axe. I love that I don't have to move anymore.
I never said it was a smart creature.
That's not great. Well, not great. 18?
Hits.
All right. Hit. First one is 14 points of damage. Second attack. 22.
Hit.
To hit. 16 points of damage.
Ooh, it's getting higher.
21 to hit. Yeah, okay. 17 points of damage.
Ooh. Let's keep climbing that ladder.
Can't make this shit up, people. 28 to hit.
Come on, 18 or higher.
18.
19, thank you.
Yeah!
All right, that's all of what I can do.
Yeah, and you ravage this thing. We're just, I guess we should start calling it like a flurry of barbs. Does that work?
Sure.
Just 4 consecutive axe swings. You mangle it so badly it's limping on one of its front legs. And it's just all the wounds you've carved into it are just dripping this dark purple blood. Just it's beginning to pool at its feet, and it's listing in place. It looks horrific.
After all of that, I would like turn around and just wink at Martel.
Yeah, Martel
Wink.
gives you a wink, winky face. Gives a wink back.
And I will stand my ground.
Okay. At the end of your turn, because now it is scared for its life, it's going to ice slide again. And it's going to move. It's going to take its movement, and it's appropriately gonna get the hell out.
No.
Wait, on
Okay.
order?
I was expecting then something different.
It's using 2 legendary actions to ice slide.
So it gets 2 every turn.
It gets 3 legendary actions every round. Not that I ever have to tell you how many legendary actions
Sure.
anything gets.
All right. Yeah.
And it can, and they are taken immediately after a person's turn in combat.
Wait, see, I didn't understand how legendary actions work. That's why I was curious whether it's like our inspiration and they got it once, or if it's every round. So now that I
It
know it's every round,
renews. Yeah, it renews. It renews when they have the start of
Start of
yeah,
their turn.
it's the start of its turn. Yeah, thank you. I so frequently neglect legendary actions. I actually forgot. Lithian and Martel. Sounds like a broken record, but dexterity saves, please.
Thank God.
Eh?
Thank God for advantage. I rolled nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
That'll do it.
I only rolled a 13.
Ooh,
Martel is
failure.
not doing it today. Yeah.
Okay, Martel, 18 points of slashing damage, and you are knocked prone.
All right.
Lithian, you are not knocked prone, and you will take 4 points of slashing damage. As this creature, in a frenzy of survival, with its busted leg, still basically bum rushes the 2 of you, manages to sort of separate you from Martel's dance, and barrels and just leaps over the edge of the river, landing just on the bank on the other side, fleeing for its life. Asvard.
okay, so I stand up. That takes half my movement, right?
Correct.
I use a bonus action to dash.
Okay.
So I have 45 feet then.
Yep.
I shoot it with a crossbow.
And crossbow. You're just
You
within
got
range.
this.
Using a piece of inspiration. 24.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Sneak attack. No sneak attack.
No allies, no advantage.
It's running away. That doesn't count.
No,
2
shoot
points of damage.
Oh boy. Wait, 2 points? Your modifier,
2
please.
points. Yeah.
The crossbow doesn't get modifiers.
Why not?
You should
I
look at your
didn't see it when I was
proficiency.
copying it across.
You should be adding your dexterity modifier, friend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
then-
ranged weapon attack. So you should be adding to hit dex plus proficiency, and then to damage it should be 1d6 plus 5.
Well, to hit, I've been adding that, but then okay, so then plus
Yeah.
5 to the
So
What?
7.
7. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure rogues are proficient in hand crossbows. Not that there's anything that actually takes damage away. Damage is actually something that is blanketing pretty much everywhere. It's proficiency bonuses that are variant.
And
Yeah.
that's my turn. So I've used my.
Well, there we go. Good to know. We're learning things. Yep. Nope, that's all. Martel.
Martel. How deep does this water seem to be?
When you saw it land on the other side, it's up to the first joint of its legs, so the banks are about 5 feet. You suspect the middle, because it does kind of gradually decline. It's clear enough. It's about 10 feet deep in the middle. And pretty quick moving.
I was just about to ask that. I was like, how fast moving is it?
Yeah, it's
pretty quick moving, eh?
Yeah.
Martel will probably avoid wading into the water. And honestly, if this thing's running away, she doesn't really care. So she'll just kind of wave to it and be like, bye-bye. And that'll be her turn.
Okay.
No chakra?
Tajira. With Martel waving goodbye, what do you do?
I was muted. Tajira looks kind of upset. Oh, we're going with that again. Okay. She turns around, her eyes stop glowing, and the antenna grow out of her head again. She's growling very loud and doesn't, like, I guess you have to say words for fireball, but she screams them instead.
Fair enough.
And because she's like just very, 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 very annoyed at this thing that has run her over repeatedly.
Contrary to its constant successions against the wisdom saves, it's actually really good at dex saves. So with a natural 19, it rolled a 30.
Okay.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Your dice today, CJ.
I know. I've been rolling insane. And you guys have not been rolling as well, but moderately enough.
What shirt are you wearing?
As I normally roll.
The chaos. It's the chaos shirt, which is
okay. All right.
Like
all right.
I said, it's the chaos shirt.
It's the chaos shirt. There we go.
Yeah. If anything, the dice are doing exactly what the shirt says.
It's true. Sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No.
27.
Interest of the shirt, which is
reduced to
13.
half. For better or for worse, as it's kind of pulling itself out of the edges of the river and up onto through the bushes and the rocky shore there, the fireball just explodes, engulfing a large section of it. And you watch as the creature just kind of lets out this loud screeching yelp and is slowly being dragged down the river.
Calms herself down a bit. At least I was able to do something to that thing. At least.
Should we take it with us? Not that we probably could. It's very large.
No, go.
Martel just kind of raises an eyebrow at Hasford. I suppose if you want to carry it.
Or catch it. It is moving quite quickly downstream.
Yeah, go get it.
It's
you can do it, Hasford. I
of
believe in you.
Twirling in the water, and like a paw's kind of hitting up against the edge of the banks of the river, and then it stops briefly and drags, and then it breaks loose and continues going. So like it's traveling for a creature its size pretty quickly, but it's like getting caught on stuff occasionally.
Yeah, Martel's not watching that.
I'm 4 feet tall. That's not happening. Well, that was a good welcome.
Tizina tries to inconspicuously pull her hood over her antenna.
Well, if everything is like that, then I think we stand a fair chance.
Hopefully. It seemed to
Far
be
less worried about the animals than I am the people.
As you begin slowly recovering from the battle, making a little bit of ways up the river, seeing the color of the large reptile's blood kind of staining parts of it as it's drifting down, its kills further up doing the same. A tremor rumbles underneath your feet.
We should leave.
You watch as the whole river sloshes up against the edges of the bank.
I agree.
Martel's backing up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hear where the tremor's coming from, or is it just...
It's everywhere. It is not, it isn't, it's huge.
Oh, I have enhanced perception, so I guess if that matters, if I can do a perception check to figure out what this is or where it's coming from.
Sure, you can make a perception check. It might give you some directional information.
Cool, let's do that. Oh, well, that helped. 16, I think that gives...
It's not so large that you think it's an earthquake, but it seems large enough that you can tell something significant is moving a lot of earth. As this is occurring and you're kind of just tentatively stepping away from the river that is now, the water's just sloshing up and creating small waves that are crashing down on the banks nearby. Hasvard, as you are creeping along, you hear a couple of rocks tumble down from the cliff nearby. And a figure in a hood with a red scarf, bedecked in leather armor, and dressed in teal green garments, steps up onto the cliff. They are not attempting to hide themselves whatsoever.
You all better run. It is coming, the king of the mountain. If you wish to survive, you should leave with haste.
Was that understood?
Yep. Running.
Okay, making sure.
Cool effect. Yeah, Martel will be like, oh, okay. And start running.
Thanks for the advice.
Start running as well.
There's a moment where
And
you guys
she'll-
begin sprinting, and this figure is standing on the edge of the cliff just sort of observing all of you. And Lithian, because of your prodigious passive perception, even from where you're at, you just kind of hear the figure sigh a small amount. The tremors continue to increase in intensity. Hasvard, it feels like the world underneath you is tumbling.
Am I going the wrong way?
You're
Yep.
about to find out the hard way. And the earth around you explodes.
Was this not the direction we were supposed to go?
Nope.
Well, so the direction you were supposed to go for the meeting is that way. The direction you're supposed to go to avoid death was not that way. Funnily enough, there's a little bit of overlap, but they're not directly related. As you watch, literally decimating a section of the river, this immense, scaled and spiked lizard with these enormous bottom jaw tusks and these huge front claws that clearly are meant for digging. And it just emerges, just landing heavily on both of them, and just lets out this huge roar. And it pulls itself up, revealing just this immense girth, just a mountain of a lizard. And you suspect the name that this masked individual gave you was not just for show. For funsies, in case you guys missed him, he's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Yeah, it's out there.
I saw.
This is my biggest
You're a
token to
cute
date.
boy.
Oh,
Is it?
good.
Oh,
Exciting.
I have bigger
Not
ones.
friendly.
very.
Fucking Rask. Or something close to it. Goddamn.
Yeah, it might be a relative.
Run
Well-
away.
I assume that's hard to miss.
Oh yeah. No, it dwarfs the trees. It is in height about 45 feet tall. And that's when it's not even standing on its hind legs. It is just partially submerged still. That's just it on its front legs. It's about 45 feet high. It is literally like the size of a small mountain.
Well, then Martel will be like, oops, and go and start running the other direction.
Sounds good, unless we're in initiative. Let's do that.
You're not, but it is still moving. Each footstep shakes the earth beneath you.
At the geo sprinting.
Well,
Sprint.
once Martel catches up with Lithian, which might take a little bit.
Lithian
Lithian's
isn't
only-
moving yet.
Oh, Lithian isn't moving yet? Oh, okay.
He's gonna wait until everybody is in
No, let's go.
near her where she can stop you from getting killed and then move in the direction that everybody is going.
Well, as Martel gets to Lithian, then she's going to. Where are you? Drag her friends along and increase your movement speed by 10 feet.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite Martel spells.
It's great. This Martel's just like, okay, running.
Can we? What direction is it moving? Is it moving towards us?
It's moving in a southwesternly direction.
So maybe run the other, like
Southeast.
Or yeah,
That's
southeast.
west. That's west.
Yeah.
East is this way.
Yeah, cardinal directions are as the map is normally arranged, so northeast, southwest.
I do not want to swim. She's gonna keep running south.
How many?
I want to live, but not so badly that I get myself wet.
Can I run and grab Tajira and jump across the river? That's
You can certainly try, yeah.
All right. What am I rolling?
That old
for
classic.
Oh boy.
What?
It is now crushed through the cliff that Hasvard were standing near. Its course seems to have changed.
Oh. Okay, Tajiro will get over herself.
I'm gonna jump the river myself then. Fine.
And I need you all to pause.
No.
I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No. She's so low.
Oh, yay! 22.
That's
Okay.
not like it, Martel. 28.
Oof.
5.
Oof. Hasvard?
28.
Okay, 3 successes and 1 failure. Let me just grab a very large handful of d6 real fast. 17. Back here. 22. 24. 31. 38. 39, 42, 48 points of force damage. As when you guys are wading, jumping, forcing your way across this river, it seems to just turn its huge, monstrous head in the direction of the noise. And it just rears up on its front legs and slams him down to the earth, and it just opens its huge maw and lets out this bellowing roar that at first it just makes your ears ring. But then there is a sudden gravity that has filled the air. It literally slows down each and every footstep, and then you feel it. The tremors begin, except they are localized, and they begin to get pushed and shoved, and suddenly this huge blast of force and hot air just rakes across the area, and everything between you and it, a huge tunnel is just carved from the earth, destroying all the plant life, carving directly through the river and the trees, and just completely uprooting everything. Tajira, you take 48 points of force damage. Everyone else, you will take half. Hasvard, you will take 0 because of evasion. So Martel and Lithian, you'll take 24 points of force damage.
I am now officially below 100 hit points.
Oh, that's nice. Jiro's down.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, Martellus just says, still running, and continues to run.
Do you have her, Lithian?
I'll pick up Tajir and keep running, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Glad somebody is.
I used words.
Mm-hmm.
Tells Tiny she can't carry Tajira.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like that, CJ. Surely not because Martell still thinks Tajira might be a spy.
I also, I figured healing takes, a round. That's okay.
It takes an action to try to stabilize somebody.
Yeah.
So this is the important thing. So normally I was going to let you guys just book it, but now we're in a time frame because, well, one of your partners is bleeding from the ears, nose, and eyes, and having a rough go of it. Tajira, I need you to roll a death saving throw.
Not again.
One failure.
Oh no.
You guys continue to run. Move yourselves your distance on this turn as you will.
Well, me and Martel basically did. Lithian stayed back with Tajira, picking her up and bringing her forward.
I'm assuming Lithian would move.
Yeah, I'm just, roll 20 hates me.
Well, I will move you. What is Lithian's movement?
God,
Martell is still technically pulling her along, so it should be 50.
40 to 50, yeah.
Okay.
Without dashing.
Y'all get far. Lithian, again, you have very acute senses. You can literally hear Tajira's breathing is very rough. The occasional wet gurgle that is very unnatural. And after a moment, you just smell the blood, which is beginning to sort of trickle down onto your shoulder and stain some of your clothes. You're noticing Tajira is in very bad shape.
Do either of you have a healing potion, something small?
But just a little bit further, and then I'll give it to her, and then you guys can go ahead, and I'll catch up. Yep, keep running.
Running.
Running. 50 feet for Tajira.
Yeah, at the edge of the map.
Okay, well, Tajira, please make another death saving throw. Let's see how much tension we can ratchet up.
Well, we are dashing.
Okay, that's a pass.
Yep, that is a pass. So 1 and 1. Huge footsteps continue to pursue.
I use my action to pour a potion down her throat. And then I use my bonus action to hide. I'm like, I don't want her to die.
No, it's fine. I'm more laughing at the secondary choice, which is staying still.
Yeah, I mean,
You mean-
you can bonus action dash.
Okay, so I am allowed to do that even if I don't move.
You can
I mean,
still
you
move.
you don't lose your movement by using an action to feed someone a potion.
Oh, then I was doing this wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, what level healing potion are you using?
I only have level 1s.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, in which case, Tajira, roll a d6 and add your con mod, and that's how much HP you will regain.
And now I'm down to one of them. Yay.
Yay. Okay, well, she wakes up. Thank you.
Bonus action dash.
And dash, you all do. While the
She can
creature
get up on her own.
is immense and clearly very dangerous, it cannot keep up pursuit against creatures as nimble you are in an area that is as dense with vegetation as this. So after fleeing for a solid 5 minutes, where the tremors have subsided enough that you feel like you're safe, is when you finally take your first breath.
Did we, by chance, see where the other figure had gone?
I will take posthumous perception checks from everybody. For any of those that were perhaps looking.
I just suspect this would be the regular kind of perception check, yeah.
Yes.
Oh!
Tonight.
Heck yeah. It's a nat 20 for a total of 20.
Ooh.
But a nat 20.
I rolled a 4 for a total of 5.
That shouldn't have been funny.
Modified 20.
It's funny because I'm consistent, CJ.
You are.
We even got you new dice. You're a cursed man, Kyle.
You know what?
True.
I just want to enjoy the game. Why I have reliable talent?
The last time any of you saw the figure is when it was standing on the cliff, when you were all ill-advisedly running directly at where the monster was emerging from. And then upon your flight away from it, you never gain sight of the individual again.
In defense of myself running towards it, I rolled a 4 in perception.
You're just like, oh man, run away. And you did.
Obviously, I should run to where behind that person is looking.
Yeah, I mean, they were coming from a direction and like, danger. And, well, they just thought you were very brave or either very stupid.
Both. What's
Yep.
the difference?
It was
In the right amounts,
definitely
there isn't
stupid
it?
from Martel. She just started running a direction.
But you find yourselves surrounded by dense vegetation, red leaves overhead, brightly colored flora all around you, and the quiet shrill of feathered lizards jumping from tree to tree off in the distance. How do you guys want to proceed?
So we have a chance to rest. I just need.
We don't seem to be being pursued. We could maybe afford a short break.
I literally just want an HP die from the short rest.
You guys can find a place you're comfortable to sit and rest for an hour. You can take a short rest. Or, conversely, there is an optional rule in the table rules about heroic resting, which is taking a 10-minute breather to roll hit dice and take a short rest, but you gain a level of exhaustion. and that can be enacted by one person as well if everyone else doesn't feel like taking a short rest. Just so we're clear.
I'm fine with a short rest.
I mean, Martel, I'm fine attempting one at least. If something starts to interrupt it, Martel's just gonna not bother resting anymore, but...
Well, Hasvard would offer to keep watch, even though he's not very good at it. And if anything happens, he would defend you guys. But that's only if it's something small, obviously.
Really good at killing harmless lizards.
Yes.
Dangerous ones? Not so much.
Not very good at hitting them. But, that's okay. I hit them once.
Yeah. Shoot a lizard in the back? Easy. No problem.
Yeah. In the front, they're looking at you. It's a little scary.
Mm-hmm. They got crazy eyes.
They're like 100 times larger than me.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, are you guys just gonna sort of like just hunker down where you sort of landed, or are you going to find a different locale? What's the plan?
Yeah, I would suggest finding a place that we can hide.
Yes, I think that would be expedient.
Would that be a survival or...
To find a good place to rest? Absolutely. So to make things a bit more clear, I doubt you're going to be heading back westward anytime soon, but that is where that river was. Southward, if you double back, you'll hit the beach. The more you head east, the rockier the terrain gets, and you can see off in the distance there are some high rises that turn into mountains eventually. Then further north, it seems relatively flat, and then off in the distance you can see the great volcano that just sort of dwarfs everything off in the distance.
And we're wanting to head north.
Yeah, you want to head towards the volcano. You're not going to it, but you were told you want to head in that direction.
Okay.
That is where your meeting location is.
Then I would say maybe let's head a bit northeast. Probably more cover in the rocky terrain.
Yes, hopefully we won't see the King of the Mountain again.
He says, as they go towards the mountains.
I know, that's why I say it.
Trespassing on my land.
But yeah.
Let's head east.
Someone who is good at surviving should maybe make a check.
I'm a city boy, so no thanks.
Is that I'm about to say, yeah, like who is that exactly?
That would be me.
Yeah, it's not bad. 23 is pretty good. And Tajira has got great incentive to want to do it.
Yep.
Not dying. Yeah, honestly, Tajira, you have a lot of senses that are naturally inclined to being able to find places of rest, especially in inhospitable environments due to your training. You all head northeast, being very careful to listen and watch for any of these other large indigenous lizards that are about, not wanting to have another confrontation, especially one of that magnitude. After about 45 minutes, where the terrain underfoot goes from lush and green, it begins to turn into black sand, and then progressively gets a bit rockier as you get closer and closer to the mountainous region to the east. Between there and the jungle, before you exit, there is actually Tajira. It was very well covered. You find what looks like an equivalent to a what are they called? Hunters use them. What do you call those?
Blind?
A blind. Thank you. It looks a lot like a hunter's blind. It was very hard to miss, but there was something slightly unnatural about the way some of the jungle underbrush had arranged itself. And when you sort of observe it a little bit closer, you see that there's been some natural magic that has been manipulated to have a covering of vines over this large hollowed out log. And when you sort of peer into it, you can see that beyond the log and underneath it, it is just this enclosed area that's about 30 feet long by 10 feet across, that mostly just inhabits this whole hollowed out tree, which neither of the ends of the tree have been hollowed out. It purposely looks like a felled tree that has not been inhabited by any creatures, and this has been used to cover it. It definitely looks like a way stop for individuals that are on the island hunting.
This looks comfortable. You should usher people in and then sit in the corner and, not even figuratively, lick her wounds.
Keeping watch.
Martel will. I don't have it in my. I need to put it in there, I guess. I don't have it in my character sheet on Roll20. Sorry, but she'll do the Tarantula dance.
Please,
which
refresh my memory.
It allows anyone to spend one of their own hit dice on behalf of someone else.
Oh.
And as I'm assuming, Tajira probably doesn't have all the hit dice in the world, I'll give you a D8 from Martel.
Oh, thank you very much.
Could you give them from other people as well?
Yep.
Like, could you take one from me and give one as well?
Yep. Anybody who wants to spend a hit dice on behalf of anyone else can do so.
I would like to spend a D8 to Tajira as well.
Ow.
We can't do multiple though, can we?
I don't think so. I think it's just the one.
I also think it is just.
Perfect. So then I buy a con mod to each one of those.
Yeah.
So I got
every hit dice you roll, you add. Actually, well, so those hit dice, Ben. Do you know if that uses your con mod or the recipient's con mod? I
am checking now.
Yeah, like, are you rolling the dice on their behalf and then they're granting it, or are you giving them the hit dice and then they roll? I suppose is the question.
You will lose 1 level of exhaustion. At the end of the rest, you can expend their hit dice instead to restore hit points to one dancing creature of their choosing. You get your own tempo point whenever. It doesn't say, so I'd assume you use your own con modifier.
Okay.
And it also doesn't say there's a limit to how many dice you can expend on somebody's behalf.
Oh, well then.
But that's your call, CJ.
I'll allow it.
Alright.
Hit dice are a resource, so.
I'll give you. How do you look?
After taking her own hour, she looks a lot better.
But not. I'll give you like 2 more. 2 more. I'll give you 2 more.
Thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I need some for me, but
No. Like
No, not I.
Really get hurt this fight.
Very generous.
No, I wasn't very useful. I might as well dole out some of my HP.
Oh,
although,
she's
holy smokes, that's good recovery from Martel. Sorry, I rolled all 8s except 1 on 6 dice.
Martel dice love Martel.
Martel dice love Martel. So I'm back at full.
Tajira's also back at full.
Good.
Goodness.
I'm back over 100, that's for sure.
Brag more.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
I
hearing.
Listen. I have to be good for something, and it is taking damage.
And you've done that famously.
So Zero will just say, I think I am ready to go. Thank you
I
for
don't
your
know if I
help.
am. Jeez. Scary out there.
Well, we might not always be safe here.
No, we're not. That's true. We should probably go. I'm just saying I'm not really ready. It's just we have to anyway. It doesn't.
I think
Yeah.
I understand.
We definitely need to go. Do you know that you have antenna?
Wait, she has antenna?
Zero kind of like recoils. It's like it is part of when I use my powers. I cannot control what happens to my body. Very strange things happen when I try to cast my magic.
That's a longer conversation for another time. I just wanted to make sure you knew about it.
How could they not? I can feel them. She kind of shivers and just like pats down her head where they would have been.
That'd be disconcerting to find out about body parts you never knew you had.
And she looks at you with wide eyes. You have no idea.
Right, I don't. And
There are worse things in tales, I can tell you.
another time. Hopefully over a meal and not in a jungle. We should go.
Yeah.
Martel just shrugs. I've seen creatures with weirder parts than antennae.
That's valid.
It's mildly embarrassed, but nods and thanks.
So, where are you going to head from here?
Volcano.
Yeah, we're heading probably back towards the volcano.
Well, we're
So-
told to follow the river, so we should probably head north and then back to the west. Like, north as in we're going past where the baddie is, and then west to try and find the farther part of the river.
Why do we need to follow the river?
Because it leads to the town? Or the tribe village?
We don't know that. We just know that we need to head towards the volcano. We don't know exactly where they are.
True. Normally I associate, like, fresh running water with where a society would normally reside.
Fair. I have a feeling, though, that even if they are over by the river, they will find us when we get close enough.
Confidence. True. Sure. All I know is that I don't feel like just standing here and waiting, so...
We should wait for them though.
Yeah, Ben just stepped away. That is an ample opportunity to take the first bio break for the night.
Yay, the bio break!
So,
Dice. We need to roll above 4.
5 minutes, but if you come back by, like, just on the hour, that's fine, too. Like, if you need it, take it. If you don't, come back. Simple enough.
I'm taking my dice to get scolded by Sarah.
Does that work?
No.
We're about to find out.
I sure hope so.
I'm gonna find a
Remind me
Kit Kat.
if we ever game in person to never let Kyle touch my dice.
Or Kayla. Don't let Kayla do it either.
Okay, good to know. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say the K names, but then I remembered I am a K name.
I mean, you might be. I mean, your dice like you, but other people's dice might not. Maybe that's why your dice are so good, is because when you do touch other people's dice, you suck the luck out of them and give them to your own.
Don't reveal all of my secrets on stream, CJ.
I mean, oh no, that doesn't happen at all. Okay, bye.
Ice cream. Give it. You want 20. I think Sarah just used all the dice's luck.
Sorry about that. I had to step away because of a phone call. What have I missed?
Nothing. We took bio break.
Oh,
So run away if you have to go pee. And come back.
I'm good.
Yeah. Dude, I went to scold my dice with Sarah because, they've been being bad. She rolled a 17 and a 20, so there goes those rolls.
Well, that's what you get.
I know.
But hopefully they'll be better now.
Never waste a roll.
Can never know because maybe your dice are into that kind of treatment.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to pop into stream. Hello, chat.
Oh,
How is everyone this beautiful evening?
Chat, I saw somebody suggest breakdancing when you were knocked prone, which I feel like should be an option.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah.
Do the worm.
Martel will invent breakdancing just for that purpose.
I love the mental image of I have of just Barbie breakdancing.
That's pretty close, yeah.
Like Martel's spinning you somehow.
Somehow.
Anyone can manage it. It's Martel.
What is your strength score again? It's like 16 or 18?
Mine?
No, Martel's.
Oh, okay.
It's not quite that high. It's a 14.
Oh, okay.
It's just that most people tend to have lower because we have a very dex-based party.
I have a low dex. Well, I guess it's not the dex score itself is not low. The dex save, however, is bad. No, wait, I lied. It's my constitution that's better. My dex sucks. I lied.
I mean, at least you get advantage on most of those.
I do, yes. That is the only reason I survived them.
Yeah. Kyle and I have the big saves for dex.
Yeah, evasion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and your evasion. So good.
Oh, well, yeah. It saves me from a lot of damage. But
Evasion
if I can't roll, then it's not going to save me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Well, but you also have uncanny dodge.
Yay, rogues.
If you ever do need to have the damage, you can.
That's so true. Why didn't I use that?
I don't know, man.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Like, sometimes combat just gets to be so much that you're just like, what is...
Yeah, no.
Oh, I hear ya. There's about 1 million things that I have to try and remember from Martel, and I'm like, oh, this is so frustrating.
Oh, okay. Next time.
Thankfully, for encounters like that, I can just be like, hey, Lithian, want to attack a whole ton?
Yes, make me remember what I can do.
Really didn't like the fact that we couldn't get attacks of opportunity when it did the slide.
Yeah, I mean...
No, it's understandable. Like, it totally makes sense with that kind of ability.
Yeah.
It just sucks, because you want to have that reaction attack.
Are you a doggy?
I am not. How dare you?
Wait, is there a Draki cam?
Oh, there
We
can
can
be. Yeah, there he is.
Hey,
Big
Draki!
Drakicam!
Puppy.
Hey, Draki.
Buddy. Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you just standing there? The most useless dog. This is what he does all day. He just stands and stares at me, or he sleeps.
Sounds like a cat.
Me? Yeah, it's because he's 11 years old. Or 12 years old.
Yeah, fair enough. He's up there.
What?
And Hank's out fighting the coyotes, doing his job, working hard.
Come here, dummy.
I suspect that wouldn't be a job for Draki.
I think if Dracula encountered a coyote, he would just drop dead from fear.
Aw, poor dog.
He'd go
Yeah.
full goat and just topple?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, baby. You are weak and pathetic. Yeah. Funny enough, I call him weak enough in like a babying voice that he wags his tail at it.
You don't know anything,
I think it's gaslight.
as Ben would say.
Yeah. Because he is the weak bab.
It's okay. Not all dogs need to be strong.
This
We
is
definitely
true.
didn't breed them that way. That's why pugs exist,
Oh. Poor pugs.
right?
They're so cute, but I feel bad for the fact that they have to, exist.
They are the epitome of my life is pain.
Yeah. Oh my god. Me and pugs have so much in common.
I'm sorry, what?
It's terrible.
Were you guys just waiting for me to come back to say something like completely ludicrous?
No. Even
You
in
sure?
context, it was slightly ludicrous, though.
Yeah. Listen, pugs have a lot of physical pain and problems. I have a lot of physical pain and problems. I don't.
I mean, I see where you're going, but like, I don't know. I don't go, man, that pug I saw the other day, man, its life is sure a lot like Kara's. Like, see, it doesn't really work the same way. I think you're doing your pain a disservice.
Fair.
I
It
guess
was the way Kyle described it as like pugs are the epitome of like a life of pain and suffering, and I've been having really bad pain flare-ups the last
Oh.
couple weeks. So I'm
Well,
just like, oh, Me.
Oh, I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you at least weren't bred to be a terrible physical abomination of nature. That I'm
You don't
aware
know
of.
that.
Yeah, let's say, yeah.
I was about to point out before Kara compared themselves to a pug. I was gonna be like, well, because somebody was like, pugs are cute, and I was like, I don't know, the name pug is synonymous with ugly. Like people are like, you're pug ugly. But
that is a thing people say.
then
Yeah.
people started comparing themselves to pugs, and I was like, I don't know if I should
I'm
jump
just
on
gonna
that.
not
That seems
say anything.
that seems unfair and unwise. But then I did it anyway, so.
Yeah.
I was only comparing
Always
physical
always
suffering,
fine.
not appearance. I definitely
Okay.
don't look anything like a pug.
But
Alright.
on the converse, isn't a dog's life supposed to
I missed that.
like
Yeah, isn't a
What?
dog's life supposed to be what?
good? Like you're living a dog's life.
Is it?
I've never
Yeah, I've
heard
never
that
heard
in
that.
Wasn't it a
like a positive context.
Like being put in the
Sure.
doghouse is usually a negative thing.
Yep.
Anyway, for the record, Tim, you sound like you've gotten quieter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if you moved or changed anything, but you are much harder to hear.
Well, let me just rejoin.
Okay.
Any better?
Not really.
No. Like it's yeah. It sounds like you're really far away from your mic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, with that out of the way, is everyone back?
Yes.
No.
I think so.
Swell. Then we'll continue. You've finished your short rest. People have spent hit dice, some for themselves, others on behalf of others, very thoughtfully, despite them maybe being spies. And you have continued to look northward. Is that the plan I gathered? It's just to eventually continue heading north and then eventually cut west again? Or are you just going to head north until you find a reason to change trajectory?
I think we were planning to kind of head northwest, kind of, to just generally list towards the mountain. Or volcano, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty
Start
then.
of the right.
I would like someone, preferably the person leading this trepid expedition into the jungle, to make a survival check.
Do you want me to lead, or who has a better survival? I'm pretty sure.
I've got a
I mean,
survival-
Martel's following Lithian, who could be following whoever. But
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
if your
I'm fine
survival is
with
bigger
being-
than a +2, I'll follow you.
Okay, I'll lead the party with an 18 survival check.
Okay, it's not bad. You press onwards into the jungle. Again, compared to where you were on Runan, the weather here is a stark contrast. It is getting progressively warmer the higher the sun is getting into the sky. But luckily, there's at least some cover from the overhead canopy, but it does nothing for the sweltering humidity in this jungle. It is pushing almost 30 degrees.
What is that in American?
Here, let me do the exact conversion.
Like 90.
It's like high, yeah, it's like 90 or something.
86. Got it. Okay.
86.
Close.
Wait, that's nowhere near as high as I want it. Well, thanks for bringing this up, Kara. It's like 35. There you go.
Hey,
That's way
You're
better,
welcome, guys.
actually.
what is that one?
95.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna keep that tab open so I can do that as necessary.
Yeah, Americans unite. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, no, don't call me that.
I'm
Hot
sorry.
day in Saskatchewan is 40 Celsius.
Oh, don't worry, you'll get there.
Ugh.
This is a cool day. What are you talking about?
Oh.
So, you travel for an hour. The temperature gradually increasing. The humidity just almost unbearable compared to the temperatures that you just left. You do observe, and before I provide any further context, I want the four of you to roll me D100 dice.
But I had my regular dice.
Before, positive thoughts. Strong positive thoughts, please.
I was really excited for a hot minute, but it's a 68, not a
I'm
90.
Oh
having
my
really
God.
Strong positive thoughts. Really strong positive thoughts. 93!
Oh my
Hey,
god!
dude, you and me add together, we get 100.
I like that math.
Oh my god.
Lithian.
86.
That was a great delivery, Tim.
Yeah, that was good.
That was very funny.
I miss my dice. I hate this electronic crap.
Yeah, me too. The Roll20 dice roller betrays me all the time. All right. You press forward, observing just this very unusual, somewhat almost fantastical island at work, as all the various creatures you see living in this ecosystem are going about their business, mostly disregarding you. You continue to observe as things aren't quite as they seem. Most notably, another type of flesh-eating plant that captures and consumes with vigor about a 20-pound winged lizard that was sort of jumping from tree to tree. And you watch as it gets very close to this set of it looks like a large prickly bush. And when it gets, and it's got these white and pink speckled flowers with these bright orange stamen. And when it lands to sort of try to snatch at one of the flowers, the whole bush animates, throws what looks like just a slick of just thick, viscous fluid that traps this thing, and the bush just kind of slowly makes its way over and on top of it, and you just hear the creature squeak and screech until there's no more noise. And just kind of like disturbingly, you just keep casually, expeditioning past, just observing all of these things as they kind of unfold. You reach out.
Martel's like, oh, people always say nature is beautiful, but sometimes it's really, really gross.
And terrifying. I take note of what the plant looks like.
Very hard to miss, but noted. Noted that you've noted.
Thank you. Can you actually give me something, or how should I write it down?
I'm sorry, were you not listening to the description I just gave you?
I'm sorry. You're right. That's so bad.
So
You can watch the stream when it's up afterwards.
yes, it's a large prickly bush. Kind of think like holly leaves, except the edges are accentuated and quite long. And they have growing from them these white and pink speckled bell-shaped flowers with these bright orange stamens. it just looks dangerous to be near. Like, if you wanted to harvest one of those, you're very likely to cut yourself. But apparently, it's also carnivorous.
Terrifying. Cool.
Another 30 minutes passes by, and you arrive to a high rise, about a 40-foot tall cliff that is overlooking just a large expanse of jungle, and you can see off into the distance where it abruptly stops, and there is, very simply put, a ring of ocean that surrounds a more central part of the island that the volcano is resting on. I was gonna say currently, like it moves, but no, that the island that the volcano is resting on. But it is from this location you watch as, from a side of the volcano that is heavily forested, you see just this rampant wildfire just tracking up a long length of it for about a solid mile. And you observe as you see this huge feather-winged lizard that is sort of flapping around nearby, seemingly displaced. And at a glance, given how far away it is, this thing could be the size of that same beast that attempted to finish you off earlier. And then you watch as emerging from the wildfire is another winged creature, but this one, in contrast to the very bright day, is very clearly just black. And it rips out of the trees, embers falling away from it, and you watch as it just shoots a lance of fire from its mouth, striking this other feathered lizard in the air. And it just latches onto it, and as they begin to spin, you observe this really odd cast-off. It looks like splashes of tar or pitch, just sort of spinning off as they tumble down together, and they land in another part of the forest that was unburnt, and you watch as a fire begins rapidly spreading outward from that same position. This is quite a distance off. This isn't a threat to you, but it's very easy to see.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you're kind of watching like two kaiju fight off several miles away.
Cool. I like the fact that it's a tar monster kind of thing, like a flying tar monster.
You'll find out later.
I don't want to.
Sure, it's really cool.
It's cool from here.
Yep, from far away.
Speaking of it being cool, there's a really nice ocean breeze that's coming in up on this cliff. Very welcome respite from the heat.
Use my hat to like wave my face.
Yes, the old Southern gentleman. I see.
Yep.
From here, though, because I gave you all of that show for free, I would like all of you to make perception checks.
Yay.
You're looking out beyond into the environment, trying to see if you can find the exact location in which you're trying to get to.
Normal kind.
Mm-hmm. Sadly.
Then it's a 2.
23 confirmed.
Spicy.
24.
Ooh. Yeah, Tim.
Take that.
What a surprise, the two cats can see well.
Now that you put it like that. Okay. Both Tajira and Lithian, you guys, other than taking in what is this unusual exchange off in the distance, you sort of begin observing far beyond into the jungle expanse down below. And then, other than seeing several different other species of these large lizards, several of which include towering ones that stand at about 40 feet high but have these long curved necks. Yes, there are brontosauruses. There is a small section where you can see there's a very large beast with 4 hulking legs and like a heavy shell covered in spikes on its back, and it's just sort of tearing through trees as it's heading further and further west. But most importantly, you both spy, probably about another 2 hours or so to the northwest, a section of the jungle that looks very clearly cut into a perfect circle that is right on the beach, the inner ring of the beach. And it seems too perfect for it not to be man-made. And given your previous heading, you think that is probably where your destination is.
Tidira looks at Lithian, kind of nods like you saw it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
That
Well,
looks like our destination.
thankfully not too far.
Can we spot a better path to go that we can't see any large creatures?
I will take a survival check for some path plotting. Sure.
That sucks. That's a 10.
While you can certainly see areas where certain amounts of the larger creatures are, you can easily plot a path to avoid them. But you're not entirely certain if that means it'll necessarily be safe. Given that there are many other creatures that you've observed on the journey here that are smaller, but can still be deadly. So, yeah, you can avoid the big ones that you can see. But then you have to also remember, well, there are types that can burrow, there are creatures that can fly. So, it's never safe, but the ones that you've observed, you can easily avoid. It'll tack on like another half hour of travel time, however.
Martel distractedly chases a butterfly.
It's very pretty.
Mm.
It's got like prismatic like wings, all in like hot highlighter colors.
Ooh.
I mean, that's Martel's. Martel gone for the next forever.
You just lose Martel. You guys are just standing on the cliff going, yeah, those things are really bad. And just in the background, Martel on her tippy toes, like chasing after this butterfly. Come back, butterfly. And just eventually vanishes into the brush.
Feels like a horror movie.
Martel chases it, doing her best impression of a moving flower.
I was gonna say, it's worse because normally, your bright colors would stand out, but everything's bright colors here.
I blend real nice now.
Very reminiscent of the Feywild in that regard. This place feels way more Fey than it does natural.
Yeah, Martel's loving this then. She has missed the Feywild a great deal.
Yeah, with the exception of the giant lizards. That's probably the only thing that's kind of unusual. A lot of the flora and fauna, or a lot of the flora rather, are very kind of similar. In regards that, not everything is, you can take at face value. Some things are unusually dangerous. Some are probably have psychotropic effects, things of that nature. Very, very fake. Well,
I suppose we should wait for her to come back. If she comes back.
Didn't see that coming.
Was
coming. I rolled a 1 on my perception.
Well, maybe I should have put that in a different way because she wouldn't have seen her leave, probably.
Pretty much none of you did.
Yeah.
That's part of the thing. You guys were just sort of talking like about business at hand, and then suddenly, just like by the time you're finished, you're like, "All right, let's go."
Mm-hmm.
Where's Martel?
So, do we wait here? I think we should wait here.
What if she was taken by something?
My amazing perception skills see where she went. Did she get too far enough away I can't see her?
I don't know. That's for Martel to decide.
Oh, I guess make a perception check.
All right. I'm gonna use my new shiny dice to do it. Sparkly and shiny. Ooh, 24.
That does, I believe, beat my passive stealth. So, yeah, it does. Yeah, you can see that Martel just is not paying attention to any of you, and she is getting further and further.
I'm gonna just start running after.
Probably even see the butterfly that Martel is chasing with that kind of perception.
Start running after. Just yell back to Tajira and Hasvard. This way.
And chase after her.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't take long to catch Martel. She isn't like sprinting after the butterfly.
No.
And Lithian is very fast. So yeah, it only takes like a moment to catch up to Martel, to regain her attention.
Oh, hello. Look at this butterfly.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
She smiles at Lithian. It gives me ideas for a new outfit.
Ooh. Maybe do about later.
Okay. Do we know where we are going?
Yeah.
We saw a place that we could go.
Good. Follow her.
Smiles at Tajira and begins to follow.
So the next leg of your journey begins.
Yay.
Slightly disappointed that she never did catch the butterfly.
By the time you returned your attention to it, it had fluttered away.
Yeah.
As you guys begin again, you find a path that will take you down from this high rise down below into the lower part of the jungle that you were overlooking. Getting into the thick of it, and again, you're still not quite accustomed to how dense this jungle is. And so it's slowing your pace a bit, but no more than it had been previously. Another hour goes by. And the closer you get to the water, the more intense the bugs get. And they begin just incessantly buzzing and biting. Again, because I like causing you guys pain occasionally, I would like you all to make a D100 roll. Let's see who gets malaria.
Oh.
Let's see who gets me.
No.
Oh.
I mean, fantasy malaria.
76
As long as I don't
from
get another
Martel.
7.
Are we allowed to use inspiration on these?
Nope.
26.
Also 76.
It's time we rolled inverse, now we've rolled identical.
Tajira?
16!
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Get out of roll 20, Tim.
I'm not trying to pick on you, but I need you to make a Constitution save.
Can I roll the guidance on that? Oh my gosh. The Constitution save. At least I'm proficient. What? Oh my gosh. I got a 12.
And the thing you never want to hear a DM say after going through all of that, which is noted.
Oh.
Inspiration? Aren't you using Rinc?
I don't think I got an inspiration, did I?
Did you do homework?
I did.
I graded it.
Then check your home.
Oh, there we go. I have one. Okay, I'm going to use it. I am freaking going to use that.
Oh, okay. Then you should roll again. Before I finish writing this sentence. No, you're not rolling. No, you're not re-rolling your D100. You're re-rolling your con save.
Wow, that was.
And trust
Thank
me,
goodness he's not re-rolling
yeah,
his D100.
you want to re-roll the con save, not that.
Oh man.
Wow.
You don't want the 4.
Okay, that's a
That's
22.
better.
Please
There
give
you
me
go,
my
champ.
pass.
Jeez, did you want super fantasy malaria? Because that's how you get super fantasy malaria.
Why did I get a... After a 16 and a 7. Oh my gosh.
Well, my table of fantasy diseases waits another day.
I don't like that sentence.
You shouldn't.
I do. I do.
I have very many terrible things to inflict upon people, and one day I will get there. The longer you stay here, the more likely it's going to happen. But so far, nothing.
So,
Through the bugs.
Through the bugs and around the woods. Unfortunately, there is no grandmother to be found here. You begin closing in on the destination that you're pretty confident is where you're supposed to be from the overland view you had not that long ago. You can hear the sounds of the ocean waves crashing somewhere beyond the trees. Although you cannot see where the trees break, you know it is nearby. And you continue to push, and eventually you find an area where you can see beyond, where there are no trees in a clearing. And it matches roughly the shape of the same clearing both you and Lithian observed earlier, Tajira. When you arrive, you can see that there are several large rocks and boulders, but the thing that lets you know this is at least a location of some significance is that there is a series of black metal sconces, large braziers, rather. Very large braziers, about 7 feet wide and about 7 feet tall, that encircle the 2 large boulders in the center of the clearing. A quick glance from you, Lithian, but more particularly your scent of smell, there is a hint of old blood in the air. Like many people have fought here before.
Seems to be where they fight, do their battle.
Do we think we have to light the braziers to call them, or?
I don't know. There's the off chance that lighting the brazier is a declaration of war, so I don't know that that's a good idea.
Oh, never mind. There's someone there.
You don't see that buzzword.
Oh, oh, but
Pardon my mistoken placing.
Okay. Well, we should move forward and investigate regardless.
Just to be clear, everybody can see?
Yep.
yes.
Yeah. Some investigate, but just be careful not to disturb anything. As Lithian said, we do not know their culture or customs. Never know what is a declaration of war.
I read a little bit of literature that. Oh wait, no, that was about the North, wasn't it? That was about the North. Never mind.
Yeah, there isn't a whole ton of reading to be done on the Rinc. Their society is kept pretty quiet. Not a lot of people come here to visit or study them. And some of them, a lot of them more famous people that have never returned. Which, after traveling here, Understandable.
Very deadly. I will not enter the circle, but I will walk around it. Alright, you ladies coming?
Yeah. Martel will also walk around, but kind of the opposite from Hasvard.
Once I get to here, I'll get a little bit investigating. Like, are these lit like all the time?
I mean, they're not lit currently. Please disregard the map imaging for the moment.
No, I know, but I mean, like, have they been recently lit? Does it look like well used?
You can make an investigation check if you like.
Thanks. I would love to. Cool. I get to use my lovely ability that makes me useful. And make it a 23.
Okay. So a couple of things stand out to you, which is normally braziers used to contain fires for the purposes of having a light source somewhere where you don't normally have one. There is no soot to be found here. There's no ash, there's no remnants of anything that have been burnt. Likewise, the metal, which is very rough to the touch, so much so that if you rubbed your skin, if you rub your hand over it enough times, you'd start rubbing away skin, is not a metal that you're familiar with.
Interesting.
Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be any evidence that they've been lit, or if they do light them, that they clean them regularly enough that it's hard to find.
That is some meticulous cleaning, or just like throwing it out there. There's a possibility of
possibility. Oh. You drew that out a long time. I was like, what?
I heard it. I realized my mic didn't pick it up. Because that's how I like to be dramatic. Because
Speaking of people being dramatic, Lithian, what are you doing?
Just like walking around the outside. I don't want to go into it or touch anything. Just kind of walking around, getting a lay of the whole thing, because I figure I'm going to be fighting in it. So
I'm going to ask you a very leading question, as DMs sometimes do. How close do you get to the outside of the ring?
I would say somewhere like, I guess I would walk in between the braziers and the like ring itself, somewhere in the middle of that.
Okay. Leading question answered. Now reaction. Yeah. As everyone else has sort of parted ways and are slowly circling around, Lithian, when you get within 5 feet of the braziers, they suddenly snap to life with these large, glowing, fluorescent pink fire. And they don't reside within the braziers themselves, they float just above them. These big, pink, fiery, glowing orbs. Very Martel aesthetic, to be quite honest with you.
I was gonna say, Martel's like, ooh. I think I like this place.
It suits your color scheme. I yell that.
And now, once they've been lit, as if materializing from nowhere, standing atop this boulder, there is a man with a dark cloak wrapped around his shoulders, covering his head. He wears a white mask striped in red, and he is just staring down upon you, Lithian. Are you the challenger from the Kirel family?
Yes.
I will be your opponent. Prepare yourself. You have an hour.
Got it. Thank you.
And very easily they'll turn on their heel, and as they begin walking away, they just slowly fade out of sight.
Excuse me while I use some more hit dice in the next hour.
Tells like, wait, oh, weren't you supposed to establish weapons and death and
I think
magic
that'll be
items?
immediately beforehand.
Well, and as Dane explained, those choices are Lithians.
Yeah, but Martell figured she'd have to at least tell her opponent.
Well, yeah. You know, when the fight is about to occur.
Alright.
Well, this is the decision, because if Lithian shows up without most of the gear she was carrying and goes, well, that's obvious.
While Lithian's preparing, I guess Tajira was hear all this, just assuming.
Yes, he projects.
Yeah. Tajira would approach you and say, closer to the combat. Sorry. Closer to the combat. Can't get the voice right now.
You get a little roll there. That was nice.
I can give you a power to help you with one of your skills. And she's offering to give you expertise in one skill of your choice for an hour.
Okay.
Would this be something done, like, privately?
Oh yeah, well, I was just assuming she was preparing for combat, so she would just walk up to Lithian and offer it, not conspiratorially, but like out loud.
They're strategizing together.
Okay. Well, if Marstell's nearby, she would weigh in on this, but that's, I guess, for people to decide.
It's really up to Lithian.
Yeah, sure. No, I assume I definitely want people's opinions as to how they think I should push this.
Well, the
Okay.
question is what are you going to do? Are you planning to fight with everything, or are you planning to fight with nothing?
Well, that's the real question, isn't it? I assumed that you all would be opposed to me fighting to the death, so I wasn't going to ask that one.
Thank you.
However,
I would prefer you live.
on the case of magic items or not, or hand to hand or not, I don't know anything about my opponent.
Make a posthumous perception check for me, Lithian. In fact, all of you could make a perception check if you'd like.
We'll take that.
26.
Normal or special?
I'll give you a special this time, Martel.
Hooray!
It's reading a person.
I don't roll that. Do roll that, though. 22.
Okay, Lithian?
26.
Woo. Right,
Lithian.
pointedly, Martel and Lithian. So you got a quick chance to sort of take in this figure before he sort of just made his exit. Which is, so the breakdown is he stands above 6 feet tall, very, very well built, very muscular, was clad in a set of some sort of metal armor, but it wasn't full plate. It was piecemeal. You could very clearly see that they had two long swords across their back. And over their belt and legs, an assortment of vials, metallic spheres, chain, a short sword on one hip, a quiver on the other, They seem very well prepared. And they moved, and Martel, you would notice this more because this was a trait of yours. Lithian, funnily enough, because of your high perception, you wouldn't have noticed, but you would have noticed because you didn't notice, if that makes sense. Which is, he makes no sound with his footsteps.
No.
Nothing about his person, when he moves, made any sound whatsoever. But
Cool.
the most telling thing, which is because it's been explained to you, a quick glance at his mask reveals to you his rank amongst the higher ranking members of the Rinc, which is he had 15 slash marks on his mask. So out of the 100 ranked fighters in the Rinc, he is 15.
Yeah. We're told to say, we were warned against giving outside help. I do not know that imbuing her with magical power is a wise move, Tashira.
I must have missed that part. I am sorry. I would
That's
not have offered if I did realize that.
It's okay. I have also considered doing things to help out, but as I said, we were told that would be seen as cheating.
The fight whole thing is about honor and individual skill. If I have other people helping, it's not my skill, is it? So
Unfortunately, no. And yeah.
I think having friends is a skill.
that's still not mine. It's not the same. At this point, it is my decision now becomes magical items or no, and all of my weapons are magical. So, this is a choice of hand-to-hand combat or not.
I can offer you something extra, Lithian, which with that amazing perception check, which is when you were near the ring, you could see scattered about in the dirt numerous dozens of weapons.
Oh, so they'll give me weapons if I don't have anything non-magical.
That looks to be the case, yeah. There are shields, there are swords, there are axes, there are spears, there are halberds, there are maces and flails and morning stars. There's literally almost everything you can imagine. And they've just been left on the ground for anyone to pick up.
Well, look. I think somebody tell me if they think otherwise. I think my safest bet is no magical item. Because I have no idea.
Yes, it's unfortunately a big unknown. And we don't know what his personal skill set is either. I guess if he was over 7 feet, like you might have said, or 6 feet, he might be similar to you in the sense of being a barbarian.
I mean, height doesn't necessarily mean anything.
It's valid.
He was wearing metal armor.
He's some sort of fighter. At least he's not significantly taller than me. Oh, no. If I... Question for the DM.
Yes.
Are my bracers magical?
They are.
Great. Okay. So was my cloak. Alright. Cool.
You wear a lot of magical stuff.
I wear a lot of magical stuff, shit.
Are you sure you want to leave it all behind? And by leave it all behind, I mean not use it for this fight.
No.
Well, you got time to decide. An in-character hour, as it were.
If I lose both of those, my AC drops to 16, which isn't low, but it's not low.
CJ, I do have a Martel question, because Martel things are always complicated.
They are, and I will try to answer to the best of my ability.
Because, I mean, Martel would assume that her spreading out her mist and dancing with Lithian in the middle of the battle would be frowned upon. She's not going to go for that. But in some of this other stuff that is meant to be, like, Martel's natural charisma and abilities and stuff, there's an ability here. I'll just put it out there.
Okay.
It's called Martel's cheerleading, and it's literally just like she's encouraging her allies to be better, but it does stuff like gives temporary hit points and makes them immune to fear and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know, would Martel not be able to do that? Would that be cheating? It's just Martel's like natural being Martel stuff, but it's weird, right?
That's up. You're gonna hate it's your guys' interpretation.
Right.
You were not given any specific rules that didn't say outside help was not allowed. Just that Lithian had to do this fight.
Like
they said Lithian had to do the fight alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the words.
It is a one-on-one combat.
Like, my one thing is that we are probably currently still being watched, and there's a high likelihood that if they know that we're doing that, then they can then do that as well, because it's an equal combat.
Well, but that's the thing is, again, Martel's not using magic to help Lithian. Martel is just literally
like
a huge fangirl, and it helps everyone. Or it would help Lithian a lot in this battle. Or potentially
it's like
could, I guess.
The barbarian, kind of. It sounds like the battle cry that barbarians can do.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, it's not really a magical effect that would be like, oh.
Say at this point, like, if that sort of thing, she wouldn't necessarily know to stop, but she wouldn't let anybody actively do anything to her, if that makes sense.
Well, again, that's where these things are weird, because Martel's not necessarily doing something to you. Martel's doing something, and it helps you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Martel will be cheerleading you, so this effect will probably be happening, but if they see it as cheating, they'll hopefully shut Martel down rather than
kill me.
Rather than be like, no, you cheaters. Because again, it's not a magic effect. It was specifically designed to not be that way. But yeah.
This is your time for you guys to strategize and figure out how you want to handle it. And you could attempt to question 15 if you want. Certainly he's nearby somewhere. If someone wants to try to pry more answers out of him.
Oh, well, yeah, Martel would love to get some answers. Martel will go on the hunt for 15. Be like, 15! Hello.
Make a persuasion check. Let's see if you can just coax him out of hiding.
Where are you? 27.
Okay. You're kind of just like walking around the exterior of this fighting area, just calling out, you know, the designation of Slashes on his mask because it's the only thing you have to refer to him. And you get to the northern side of the arena where, just like before, you see just like a weird glint of shadow, and then he just materializes in its place, and he's sitting in this crevice of rock, just kind of sitting there with his one of his swords on his lap, that he's currently just like running one of his gloved fingers over the blade, checking its sharpness.
Oh, hello. May I approach?
Only combatants may enter the arena.
Oh, very well. I will stay here. We were just talking and strategizing. I'm sure you could at least hear some of it. We understand this is a one-on-one combat, but we were wondering if we could, you know, give Lithian assistance from outside. I would like to cheer for her. Tajira did offer a magical effect. Are those dishonorable? We would not wish to violate the sanctity of the circle.
No rules have been set against it. Whatever advantages the Kirel champion would like to gain, she may.
Thank you. Are there other rules, things that we should know? Again, we are merely ignorant of your culture. We do not wish to cause offense or disrespect.
The only rules that matter are the ones in which the champion must select for the bout.
Very well. Thank you. I will let you get back to your preparation. And Martel will come back and say that.
Okay.
Oh, well, my mistake. I thought we could not offer assistance, but that is up to you, Lithian.
Be honest with me. Like, just straight honest with me. You just got a good look at him. Assuming we went in there, you know, no magic, no magical weapons, anything like that. Think I could take him?
CJ, do I think she could take him?
Make an insight check.
So good at these!
You are.
Insight check! I mean, that's the time to roll it. An 18?
It's not bad.
About as good as I can do, to be honest.
Yeah, well, so this is just it. 15, as we're referring to him, is a very difficult person to read, which is partly because he's covering up his face, and his body language is completely stiff. It's impossible to really get any sort of read on how he feels, other than the fact that this seems just to be something he was sent here to do and is waiting to do his job. He seems to have an immense amount of confidence. His equipment looks very well cared for, and even at the distance you were, Martel, very magical. The make and quality of them is so obvious that these are just artifacts of another era. And the very nonchalant nature in which he's taking this, which is to say he's not like kicking his feet back and forth from where he's sitting, but he's not on edge. He is a warrior sent to do a job, and he is waiting for it to begin. He seems like a tough customer. And what you've seen of Lithian, I mean, so is she.
Then Martel will just say,
To be honest, I think this will be an easier fight than it was against the champion that you faced. But he is very confident, and if he got a good measure of you, he doesn't seem to be fazed by your strength. He is very well equipped with magical items, if that is your choice to fight. If I am being honest, I do not know that you can take him.
If we're worried about that, I actually think that there might be a way to gain a slight advantage, because let's be honest, Lithian is quite a badass even without her equipment. Sure. You can set the rules, and if you set that you are just in normal clothes and get one weapon, wouldn't that give you an advantage over someone that is wearing a form of plate? Like, if he's wearing heavier armor, then it means he probably doesn't have a way to defend himself as easily without it. You could gain an advantage by possibly putting that kind of rule in place.
I mean, this is an experienced warrior. You never know what the double bluff could be.
True. But I still think there's many options, but in the end, it's up to you, Lithian.
Martel just shrugs.
I think your chances are at best even.
Since so you mentioned it, and now that I'm thinking about it, any of their weapons just lying around, the non-magical ones, look like they're silvered?
That is a good question. Do you want to walk back up to the arena and check?
Yeah.
Okay. When you go back up to the edge, past the braziers and sort of glance in, not every weapon appears to be, but a handful of them do in fact seem to be silver. And you don't think this was a conscious decision. It seems random enough that these just seem to be a handful of gathered non-magical weapons that have just collected over a period of time, and this was the armful someone grabbed and threw into the pit. Fun fact, I did actually roll on a table to determine how many silver weapons would it be.
Cool.
Fair. Ugh. Bad thing. I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Well, I cannot give away the family secret. That would be very bad.
I mean, if CJ will allow it, I can step out of character, because Martel wouldn't be great at strategizing for your battle. Ben is a little better, so.
I'll allow it. This is literally your time as players and characters to try to figure out the best way for Lithian to win this, because it is going to be a very difficult fight, regardless of the rules you set. So I'm very okay with you guys talking it out, to try to figure out what Lithian's best plan is, because, you know, I don't mind a little hive mind action for this. Again, you guys are going to get very high level, and whenever I do one-on-one encounters like this, they're going to be very hard. So I'm perfectly okay with you guys working this out as a team, because I, with my brain and my own team, for better or for worse, and so I've thought of already contingencies. So, like, you do you. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Then, in that situation, one of the things that would be really good to give you an advantage, not just the no armor thing, that was actually a really clever idea, Kyle. I liked that.
Yeah.
But if you, instead of saying, we fight with our bare hands or something, if you just say no weapons, then you can still transform and use your claws and teeth, which could also give you an advantage.
She was saying she can't use the lycanthropy because she doesn't want to give away the family secret.
Yeah, but you've also used it as a resort in difficult battles, and I suspect this is one that you might have to do that.
In more public settings, even, like a tavern.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you've done it in a tavern and other places. I'm just saying, like, I do honestly think your best chance would be without weapons, because you do have a bit of an ace up your sleeve when it comes to that. Because we can't assume that he has lesser weapons than you.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, you have a half of a D-effect, so...
If I had the other half, this wouldn't be a question.
Yeah, exactly. If you had the other half, it'd be like, use weapons, screw them.
Maybe it's on this island.
Yeah, maybe it is. Although, the last we heard, it's not.
I know. I had to tease. But maybe it is.
If he had it, oh man. Anyways. So I do think your best advantages are to say no weapons, no armor, and no magic items. Because kind of the ace up your sleeve for magic items is that you can be invulnerable for a minute. Which is extremely good, but again, we can't assume that he won't have ways around that. And given the fact that he is exceptionally stealthy,
yeah,
I would even argue that he could wait you out
That's
for a minute and then come and fight you, which, you know, again, nullifies the advantage of that magic item. So that's what I think are your best choices. No weapons, no armor. Again, your choice if you want to fight to the death or not. We would all prefer Lithian live, but...
And, like, that's actually one of the things I was going to bring up, is the fact that, like, it isn't going to be a fight to the death. At least, please don't. Please don't. Which means, like, you don't have to show all the aces in your sleeve. I know you want to win. Or do you have to win?
I think I have to win.
You were sent here because the Rinc have something that your mother desires, and in order for the Rinc to give it up to her, a representative, it was supposed to be her originally, but a representative from the Kirel family must win in a fight against one of the top-ranking members of the Rinc.
Never mind. Screw it.
And if there's anywhere in the world where your secret is safe, it's here. Right? Like, they do not treat with the outside world very much. Nobody knows much about this place. There's not a lot of writing on it. They're very clearly a secluded and secretive people.
Yeah, I just know it's gonna make it back to my mother.
Oh, I mean, everything does.
True.
And again, you did it in a tavern. That almost certainly made it back to your mother.
This is why Lithian isn't proud of herself.
Aww.
Dumb question. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to. I'm pretty sure I've done it, but it's a dumb question anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I can still reach while I'm a tiger, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you maintain all of your class features, regardless of what form you are.
Thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. You can tag a rage.
Another trick you could technically do, because you're setting the rules, is have you guys chained together. That is a gladiatorial rule for, like, ancient Greece and stuff. I don't know if you'd want that, but, like, it's a thing.
Would prevent his stealthiness.
I don't know.
But
it could also be very easily used against me.
Oh yeah, absolutely it would.
Everything is a pro and con.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Again, this was not meant to be easy. A lot of things to consider.
That from the minute you proposed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've weighed in my 2 cents. Other people can share what they think, but that's about all my preparation work.
I've said my 2 little things.
Aside from the weapons lying around, just generally in the arena, are there movable objects like rocks,
Yes.
built boulders?
There are rocks. There are really no large boulders. Like there are slightly larger than average, like fist-sized rocks. But that's about as big as it gets. Okay. Otherwise, the terrain is very gravelly. Yeah, and then just a smattering of weapons and shields. More weapons and shield, like a 1-to-4 ratio. And then these 2 large rocks that sort of dominate most of the ring. If you wanted a really big rock, you could probably break one off, because you're hella strong.
Screw it, just lift one of those and throw it at him.
I
mean, that's a legitimate strategy.
I am technically proficient with it, so.
She is. She's proficient with everything. Lithium can make everything a weapon. It's great.
Yep.
That was at least part of my vision for Lithium when I was helping build feats for her. Like, yep, pit fighter, bar fighter, everything is a weapon to her. That person, girl. It's a weapon. Asvard, he's a weapon.
Heck yeah.
I have been waiting for Lithium to start swinging some of us around.
Please.
I'm waiting for the day where it makes sense for me to throw Asvard.
I mean, everybody, literally everybody hopes that a barbarian will one day throw a small race person for a good purpose.
True. Oh, I think you're right in that. No armor, no weapons, no magical items, and yeah, that's easily my best chance. I have higher damage numbers than him with the lycanthropy.
Yeah, like I said, I think those are your best advantages.
Yeah.
Get it, girl?
I like the idea. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I said get it, girl.
Hazard from the side of the ring. Get it, girl!
You think Martel can be the only cheerleader? Woo!
Oh yeah, Martel's happy for you guys to join in the cheering.
Martel's just really sitting over on the rock like, I'm doing serious preparation work. And she just comes out with pom-poms later, made out of all the ribbons.
I was just about to say that! Get out of my head, CJ!
I'm sorry, I saw it coming.
Together some ribbons.
Yep.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take your thunder, but
nah, it's all right.
Absolutely, like that's got to be a thing, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So we're doing this basically like naked from the waist up, fighting old school style. Except Lithium will be wearing clothes, I promise. Does that mean no?
Lithium's choice.
It's just fair. It's fair. She wouldn't care. She really wouldn't care. Does that mean no, like Martel cheerleading bonus and
That is still up to you. Technically, you're setting no magical weapons or armor and bare fists, like, or just like no armor or weapons in general and fisticuffs. That says nothing about outside aid.
Like buffs, yeah.
So that's entirely up to you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Give me the good shit, the advantage.
Just juice Lithium up. That's what I heard.
Yes, please.
Martel will be cheerleading.
This is the moment where it's really sad that we don't have someone in the party that can cast haste.
Yeah. That is.
Haste is so good.
Okay, so.
And then so bad.
Yep.
The things that y'all are offering me, what do they do? I need to write them down.
Okay, so the important highlights from what Martel can do for you while she is cheerleading is that you are immune to fear or being frightened. and you get hit points equal to my charisma modifier, so plus 5 hit points, temporary hit points, at the start of your turn. At the start of every one of your turns. So remember to add those every time.
5 hit points every. Okay.
Yes. At the start of your turn, every time.
Hi, what do you want?
And I am not going to remind you. But I won't mind if Ben does.
Okay.
I wrote it down, but I also, well, I guess I have less to look at now that I have just my body.
It's true. Yeah, you just got to know things you can do as a Lycan.
I don't know. Is my base AC just 16 then, or what?
No, your barbarian class feature would. Well, I don't know. Like, it's going to be 10 plus strength plus con, or dex plus con. Pardon me.
Yeah, it's strength plus con plus dex. Or sorry, not strength.
Yeah, dex,
10
dex
plus con plus dex.
If you're right and he is a fighter, then he's going to lose his armor bonus and you're going to have your double.
So, yes, it's going to put you at 16. Unless you get AC from somewhere else.
No, only from my bracers and my cloak, which I'm not using because they're magical.
Yep, that was a rule. Mm-hmm. That tracks.
So you get to choose a skill that you're proficient in, and you get double your proficiency bonus.
Pick a proficient skill you like to be. You like to have expertise in.
What do y'all think? Acrobatics or athletics?
I would say athletics, because if you're worried about being grappled or grappling, athletics is the choice to make. It does both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I just think you're already better in it anyway.
Yeah, it's like, and your strength is, as we've discussed, far better than your dex.
Yeah, but I actually do have proficiency in acrobatics because of my tiger-ness.
Yeah. But do you have
it's-
proficiency in athletics?
Mhm.
Yeah, my athletics is just a
Then
little
the
higher.
number's still going to be higher, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
With proficiency, it would give her a plus 14.
That's pretty good.
Wait, with my athletics?
Yeah, if you get expertise in it, you add your proficiency bonus. So you have a plus 14.
Wouldn't
I
it
have a
be
plus
a
9
plus
athletics.
15?
So
Oh no, what's your strength score?
18. Do I have?
Okay. Yeah, then yeah, it'd be a plus 14. Sorry, I didn't mean to disbelieve you, CJ.
No, that's fine. I just happen to be looking at Lithian's character.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, nothing magical from Hasvard.
Sorry, honey. I got nothing.
Rip that brand off your body and stick it on Lithian.
Give part of your soul to her.
I'm real sorry. I wish I could support. My support is when I am able to fight.
Oh, I know.
And even that is lacking sometimes.
I'm excited for you to like dad cheer from the.
Oh yeah, if there was another set of pom poms, you know
You can
I'd
do
be-
it, honey.
Yeah, you go, Lithian.
My God. Okay. Well, I guess I'm ready.
Go kick some masked butt.
15 will reappear at the top of the same rock you saw him the first time. And again, with his very loud voice, project from there. What are the rules you have set for the combat?
No weapons, no armor, no magical items, to knockout, not to the death.
Very well. And punctuated by his sentence, all of the words have been slipping my brain all night. All of the gravel in the arena begins to vibrate, and you see as the dozens of weapons and shields shift beneath the gravel and vanish out of sight.
8.
And then he turns, and very just sort of unceremoniously, you see him begin undoing the clasps to his cloak, putting the hood down, and he gets right to the edge before he drops down, before he takes the cloak off. And you see just the bare backside of his head. He has a coppery colored mohawk that's shaved sides of his head, and just this copper colored mohawk that runs from the front down to the back of his neck. And you see him drop out of sight. The first time I guess it's also worth mentioning, you also see his skin for the first time. His skin looks like it's made of gold.
Pretty.
If anyone would be bold enough to make a history check, that might reveal some more information to you about him.
I will make a history check because I scoured my emails, and I do indeed have some historic knowledge of this place, because Tyrek had a show put on for me. History check! Oh, the 16. Such a bad roll.
16, 17, 18.
Lithian, do you want to finish that off?
No.
19.
Oh, okay. Either way,
I did not. Mm-hmm.
if you rolled above a 15, while there's no historical significance to anything about the island or anything here that any of you recall, seeing him, he bears very striking, I'm so messed up on words tonight. Very striking details that belong to pretty much only one race in all of Eldarth. He is, without a doubt, a Sons elf. A being said to be birthed from the rays of the sun themselves and have gone on throughout history to become master-class blacksmiths. And in some instances, when smithing wasn't their expertise, handlers of the weapons of their brothers and sisters.
So cool.
So, Sun Elf versus Night Elf. Got it.
Basically. After a few moments, 15 will reappear on the large boulder in the center of the arena. And you will see his entire form, with the exception of the mask that he has left in place. And he's basically wearing the classic loincloth wrap, just to keep his junk from flinging around in combat. Otherwise, from head to toe, nothing else. No shoes, no gloves. The only other thing that's worth mentioning is that he is from shoulders to torso to thighs to calves to feet, covered from head to toe in what look like glimmering ruby tattoos.
Kick his shiny butt.
You get like a very Michael Myers head tilt from 15.
Ooh.
I know how to make friends.
And just to remind you, he's got really creepy eyes.
Yeah.
I can't see them from where I'm standing.
But that's okay. Lithian can't be afraid.
Lithian, go Lithian.
Rah, rah.
Rah, rah.
Did she also alter her current outfit to be a cheerleader's outfit too in that time phase?
Oh, obviously.
Nice.
Martel's going all in on this. She's like,
Ooh, what would look really good when I'm cheering for somebody? Flowy skirt, not too long. Definitely want to show some leg.
While you guys are talking about the best ways for Lithian to win a very tense fight, this is all just in the background to Martell making her new outfit.
Tizietta would help out.
Wearing Lithian colors.
Tizietta would help out with some fireworks.
Ooh. That would be bad. Don't bring the animals here.
Subdued, just for.
You didn't set any rules about animals interrupting the battle.
Ooh.
That being said, Lithian, you are allowed to pick a place to start in the arena that is anywhere within 60 feet of 15. Meanwhile, I'm going to input some details for myself, so I know some quick reference.
How high are those rocks?
The small one is 10 feet high, the big one is 15.
Go almost anywhere in the arena.
Basically.
Yep.
That's kind of the point. But he's very obviously put himself atop the rock just to make his presence known.
Yeah. Just can't sit on this edge of the arena. Or I think the bottom edge. Yeah, just a little too far.
Alright.
As Lithian is getting into position, all of you, including you, Lithian, will notice that another observer has appeared. They too are wearing a white mask. And actually, if you spend a moment taking a longer look at them, they'll be familiar to you.
Say, are they the one in the jungle?
They were the individual that warned you of the oncoming attack. Everybody,
number 5, so nice.
need 5.
5!
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's why he was so okay with being close to the king of the jungle. Okay?
King of the mountain, get it right.
King of the mountain.
The king of the jungle, completely different animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Tarzan.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. There is a king of the jungle. There's also there's also a king of the ocean and a king of the volcano.
nice.
stop. Please stop. I'm already concerned. Stop.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Then allow the battle to begin. And that's where we'll end the session.
Alright.
Wow.
Hey,
You and your
we're-
cliffhanger,
we're-
CJ.
We're already past time.
I know.
But
And
it's
it's gonna take a minute.
Or it's going to take literally a minute.
Don't, please.
Wait, no, I'm saying what? You've set very good rules.
Oh, okay. Oh, in my favor. Yeah, a minute in my favor. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Unless he's a monk, and then he's just going to destroy you.
Yeah. If he's a monk, we're screwed.
on.
Magic hand.
I know
I've never
CJ
known
usually
a
does an
monk to
outro
do-
anyways, but hey chat, thanks
You're
for
right.
hanging out. You guys are great.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Love you guys. Mwah.
Well,
Sorry,
yeah,
CJ.
that's fine. It's better than what I normally do, so thanks. But no, seriously, thank you. We had a lot of viewers tonight. We sat at a comfortable 7. I know a lot of you are, significant others and loved ones, so thanks for watching and sticking it out for literally the entire session. That's super cool. And mostly me. I mean, I'm sure they do, but really me, because everyone, thanks. I'm so bad at the support is great, and it's awesome. Thank you. I've been seeing a lot, even though, like I said, the viewer numbers aren't like egregiously high. I don't care. It's super cool to have like a handful of consistent people come back and watch all the time. That's just awesome. So I really hope that you like what you're seeing. There are multiple games I run all week long. Tuesdays from noon to 4 Pacific, I run the Moonrise campaign. They're about just under 30 sessions in. They're getting into some really deep stuff right now. It's a good time to hop in. They got past like their awkward, just started playing together series, so that's a really good time. Wednesdays, very early, if you're on my coast, 7 a.m. Pacific, running to about 11 is the Orphaned Honor campaign. They're a bunch of old friends, so they have really great chemistry, and they're very funny. And they do like really crazy Home Alone type shenanigans all the time. So I highly recommend if you're up during that time of the day to come check that out. I likewise playing a game on Thursdays, run by the lovely and very charming Jakeford, streamed over on the Cracked DM Twitch. If you go to my schedule, the link is in there. Otherwise, this is going to become a regular fixture on Fridays, which is super cool. And as always, I'm always going to talk about the next future endeavor because I love talking about my wife, which is the one-on-one campaign I've been running with her for several years. Also set in this world where I DM and play a character, and she plays her character. We just have a lot of back and forth. It's basically if you want D&D but a rom-com, it's basically what it is. So it's not going to be for everybody, but it's generally very funny and well-humored, and there's a lot of like awkward romance and stupid, silly things like that. It's pretty great. But they're champions, so they get champions of a god, so they get into some significant stuff pretty frequently, fighting all kinds of crazy shenanigans. And I like this part because my character, he's an archer, she's a gunslinger, and they have this love-hate relationship where they literally just kind of like, you know, rib each other a lot. So the name that I'm going for the campaign is Lover's Quarrel. And I was so proud of myself when I figured that out. So well yeah, done. That's going to become a thing eventually on Mondays. Sometime soon. I don't know when. The official launch of all of this, once I get my branding finished, which I'm fingers crossed is going to be next week. Just finishing it up. I'm tying up a lot of little things to get all of my various social media platforms and stuff arranged, and doing the official launch where I announce it to the whole wild world that I'm trying to do this as a job going forward. So just again, thanks so much. This is awesome. And I hope my players could stand listening to me babble on about this because I don't know, I think it's really cool and it's super fun. And I love you guys and I love all of my players because these games wouldn't be possible without you playing in them. So I really honestly hope when you tell me that you had fun, that you're telling me the truth because my anxiety couldn't take it otherwise.
Well, I don't lie about my bad rolls, so I'm definitely not going to lie about me having fun.
Well, you know, every game needs comedic relief, Kyle.
I don't want to be it every week, though.
Well, for Lithian's sake, take the bullet next week, too.
Yeah, done.
Please.
See? Team player right there. Thank you, Kyle. But yeah, so that's me. That's my rambling for tonight. Hopefully we'll see you sometime next week. That's us for tonight. I don't really have like a catchphrase for this game yet. I'll figure it out eventually. But I've been stealing something from somebody that Ben will recognize this as familiar, which is when in doubt, make good choices. See you next time.